Taboos of the Seventh Kingdom, Drestin was a kingdom of rules unspoken and sins unnumbered. To step into its borders was to step into a world where every heartbeat, every glance, and every decision could echo for a lifetime or end it. Outsiders imagined the land as haunted, a stretch of ash and twisted stone populated by monsters and myth. Those who survived even a single day learned the truth. The true danger was not the beasts or corruption. It was the taboos. The first, most sacred taboo was throwing your life away. Bravery was honored, courage expected. But wanton recklessness, the kind that risked the mission, the unit, or the land itself, was heresy. To leap blindly into a fight, or to let pride dictate action, invited consequences. As swift and intimate as the bite of Drestin's corrupted winds, corpses were not merely dead. They were lessons carved into the soil. Reminders of those foolish enough to discard themselves without care. Every soldier learned that the world didn't reward self-destruction. It punished it. The second taboo, closely intertwined, was denying bonds. Love, loyalty, trust, even fleeting attachments, these were not weaknesses. They were lifelines. To refuse them, to believe that isolation or cold calculation could save you, was to invite calamity. Drestin's magic could sense the rejection of connection. It punished the lonely, the prideful, the cold, circles torn apart, squads decimated. Recruits swallowed by shadow and ash, all often traced back to the subtle crime of denying human ties. To survive in Drestin was to acknowledge others, to cling to life through one another, or to die alone and forgotten. Third was disrespecting the land. Drestin had memory. Every ruin, every river, every stone hummed with echoes of violence and loss. Those who ignored the subtle warnings, the shimmer of corrupted ley lines, the quiet warning of shifting terrain. The whispers in the wind were swiftly reminded that survival required humility. Pride before the land invited misfortune. Every trespass, every slight against its history or its remnants, rippled outward, bringing calamity for those blind enough to believe they were masters of the ground they walked. Fourth was tempting the primal corruption. To touch, bargain with, or manipulate the ancient shadows that lurked in Drestin was not only taboo, it was unthinkable. Few dared it, and fewer returned. Even a glance, a whisper, or the smallest curiosity toward the unsanctioned power could unravel the unwary, leaving them hollowed and broken. Every recruit knew that curiosity was a dangerous friend here. In Drestin, the forbidden was not a test of courage, it was a crucible of consequence. And finally, defying the balance of life and death. Death in Drestin was constant, intimate, unavoidable. To try to outrun it recklessly, or to manipulate its timing for one's own gain, violated the subtle laws binding the kingdom together. Corpses were not merely the end, they were warnings, instruments, and sometimes tools. Those who treated them lightly, who laughed at the fallen, ignored their lessons, or flaunted survival, as if life were trivial, found the land itself answering in kind. Drestin was alive in ways outsiders could not fathom. Every taboo was enforced not by law, but by consequence. Whispered curses, sudden collapse, inexplicable accidents. Those who obeyed learned to respect the weight of life, the necessity of bonds, the value of every heartbeat. Those who did not were devoured slowly, subtly, completely. And in the silence that stretched across ruined villages and ashen forests, the kingdom reminded all who entered that it would forgive nothing, tolerate nothing, and reward only those wise enough to understand its ways. Like and subscribe to Experience the Story of Drestin and its Inhabitants weekly. Chapters released every Sunday.